And Geoff, what does it mean to know that you'll be receiving the MBE?
It's hard to take in, actually. I mean, I found out, I don't know if it was the year before last, I got the letter. So it's been a long time waiting for a date, and I got a date probably about 2 months ago. And going down to Windsor on the 15th of March. Don't know who's awarding the MBE, but yeah, looking forward to it. Got a new suit.
Have you?
Yeah, first suit.
What's it like?
It's expensive.
And that's the main thing. I bet it also looks great.
I think it ticks a box if it's expensive.
And what are you expecting from the day itself?
I just want it to be an experience. I'm going to go down with Julie. I think with restrictions and everything, it's normally you'd be able to take your family, but unfortunately that's not the case. So it's just I can take one guest, and somehow the wives wangle the spot. So yeah, I'm taking Julie down, and yeah, going to make a day of it.
She got a new dress.
She has got a new dress. That's why I got a new
Thought
suit.
she would. Yeah.
You know, if you get something, I need it.
I mean, it's a very good excuse to dress up, isn't it, really? You can't get many days better than that.
You can't really, can you? But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know who's actually presenting the MBE yet, but just, yeah, I've been lucky enough to meet a few people in the House of Royalty and in the past, and yeah, just be nice to be in that company again.
Are you nice and like chilled when you meet royalty, or do you feel like, oh my god?
I don't know what to do. Do a curtsy or do a good bow?
Did you curtsy? Because I think that's not what you're supposed to do.
Every time I met the Duke of Edinburgh, and it was a pretty formal dinner, but I actually sat next to him and had a really good chat. I talked about football to him for about 5 seconds and realised he was bored stiff about talking about football. So we talked about 20 minutes about horse and carriages, which I found fascinating.
Is that an expert topic for you, horse and carriage?
Well, yes, obviously I know everything about that, you know, and things like that. Yeah,
or at least you do now.
Wheels and legs, that's what it's all about.
Talking of wheels and legs, you keep telling me that you're not going to come back and do another Tour21, but here you are, preparing again.
Don't believe a word I say.
I don't anymore.
No,
I've learnt this.
I was keen to make last year the last one. But things have happened on the serious side with charity, and things have happened on the personal side. I lost a really good friend last year, and he was just coming on board with Leukaemia. He wanted to be a trustee. His name was Geoff, and he was in charge of ITN News, and such a lovely bloke, and I've known him for years, and he's helped me out. And when I finished football, and we obviously were in touch. I was actually there the day before he was diagnosed with leukemia. We were both at a Crystal Palace match. So I've been on his journey when he was fighting it, and he was just waiting to get on a trial, but sadly he couldn't get well enough to get that trial, and he passed away a few months ago. So that, and there's a rider actually committed to raising £100,000 if I did it with him. So it's another good excuse for me to go again and raise money for a great cause.
And you see every year where this money is going, don't you? Such an impact.
It is, and the charity is growing, and that's the exciting thing. There's things happening behind the scenes that we're just on the cusp of doing some amazing things. You know, we're talking about first in man trials, which is, you know, is going back 10 years ago. That would never been heard of. So we've got a great team of professors up and down the country working together to find answers, and we've got everything in place now. So it's time to really pump prime it with a good wedge of money, and the tour raised £1 million last year, and we aim to exceed that, and that will go a good way to kick-starting the campaign.
It's just phenomenal. I can't say that enough. And people tuning in and watching this who might not have followed you in previous years doing the Tour21, how big is this? How much preparation are you and the other riders going to have to put in for this?
I mean, I never do enough. I always scrape by, but the guys, I can tell they're really putting the time in. And they're not just under the pressure of getting fit enough to do the challenge. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I've done it, this will be my 6th time. And it is a struggle, and it's different every single time, but it's life-changing. You know, and what I love about it is watching them experience the 3 weeks on a bike, and watching how they change and their personalities change over that 3 weeks. And you see the good of every single person come out, because you have to work together to make it happen and achieve on both sides of the fundraising and also getting everybody to Paris.
And today was the first time you all actually ridden as a bunch, wasn't it? With pretty much everyone here. How's it all gelling?
It was really good, actually. I went on the front. I don't think I've ever been on the front for so long, but I was able to control the speed at the front.
Yeah, that's why I like to ever be at the front.
Yeah, and I only fell off when it came a little bit steep. There was a little bit of a climb, and I thought, I'll drop to the back for a little bit, you know. So, but yeah, the guys really rode really well together, actually. And we never had that opportunity of doing that last year. So we're a bit more fortunate this year. Then the lads and the ladies can get to know each other and start to gel together, because it's a long time to be together, and there will be some dark days, but it's a matter of making sure that we keep picking everybody up and going again every single day.
And just briefly, for anyone again that is looking at this going like, what is this Tour 21 all about? Sounds hard, but I don't really know what it is. Can you just sum it up? Because it is exactly what the pros do.
It's exactly what the pro... Hayden, who's one of the ride captains, actually, he's ridden it with me for the last 5 years, 5 times, and Hayden's going to be a ride captain this time. He summed it up last year. He said, the fitter you get, you just go quicker up the climb, but it still hurts the same. And what it is, you've got 20 riders doing the same thing and putting themselves through the same experience, and it's not all trauma. You know, it is the elation that you feel when you get to the top of a climb, and you can do that 3 or 4 times in a day, and then you finish a stage is amazing. But then you bring all that together over 21 days, the feeling, the sense of achievement when you get to Paris. I've never experienced it. Last year it was the first time I really broke down, because at the same time we hit Paris, we just ticked over that £1 million mark. And we've had this magic figure always in our heads, we'd like to achieve that, and we've never got anywhere near it, to be honest. But last year it was a bit special on many counts, even just being able to do it with COVID around. And what we achieved was magical. And I aim to sort of push to get these guys to get the same sense of feeling when we reach the end. But really, it's a case of getting the support from away from the tour itself to get people to realise what these guys are putting themselves through, so we get more sponsors on board, and we get more people involved looking forward as well, because we've got this, we're hoping to extend our partnership with ASO, so we're going to have more opportunities of doing this year on year and building on what we've got already. So it's we're growing it pretty quick, and we need to, because we've got some really important work to fund.
It's huge. I mean, not many people can say they have literally ridden the Tour de France day after day, back to back. And how will you celebrate in Paris this time, do you think?
I've done London-Paris, you know, which is a bit of a fun ride in comparison, but London-Paris I've done for the last 12, 13 years. And that experience alone, watching people achieve what they do getting into Paris, because some people have only picked up a bike probably 6 months before to take on the challenge. I just think achieving anything in life that is not your norm is amazing. And I can guarantee doing the Tour de France is not the norm for anybody. Even a professional cyclist is tough going, of getting up every morning. And because we're not as quick as the pros, our recovery time isn't as great as the pros, and you know, our days are longer in many ways. And just the transfers is difficult as well. So we have to become a team really quickly, and that experience of watching them all gel together is different but special every year.
There's not much in it though between you and the pros. I mean, just a nudge
just
of the
just
few
about
watts.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, it's just like 3 or 4 hours. Any beverages that you're going to be diving into in Paris?
Well, in Paris, we had a great time last year in Paris. Oh. It was just all like, it was a sense of relief and everything, and it was, yeah, we had some nice wine.
Late night?
A few beers. It was a late night, yeah. It was a good night, very good night.
So what's next for you, Geoff, and also Cure Leukaemia?
I just think we're, like I mentioned earlier on, we're on the cusp of something really exciting. We set up this clinical trial network a number of years ago now, but that's really taking everybody's attention. People are really understanding what it's all about. The professors are starting to believe that we can fund it properly. And it gives them confidence to go out there and put the time and effort beyond what they're normally doing in their work life anyway. So we've got some special people that are working together, you know, some top guys, professors in Oxford and up in Scotland, in Ireland, all working together, and all these brains are finding answers to what in essence is finding opportunities of giving life to people who are suffering with blood cancer. And that's the important thing, and that's what my life has been since 2005. Has been asking the doctors, professors and nurses, what can I do to help you and make a difference? And there's always an answer. There's always something to do. So while there's something to do, I'll be there for them. And as long as I can do it, I might get slower, and I might get my knees are starting to wear out a little bit, but I'll do what I can right till the last day. Really.
Oh, Geoff, thank you.
Thank you.